Hey, what is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Let's talk some Lakers basketball. So the Lakers signed Dwight Howard yesterday. This was expected over the last week or so since Boogie went down with the ACL injury. The Lakers make it official with Dwight yesterday, signing him to a one-year minimum deal. It's a non-guaranteed contract, which is the important part here. And I think Laker Nation is really split 50-50 on this move. You got one side of Laker Nation hate Dwight Howard, do not want him back on the team. And the other side, I would say, are pretty hyped up about this move. And I would fall closer to the side of being hyped up, although I'm not going to get my hopes up. I'm not going to have high expectations for Dwight in 2019 because I've been fooled by that before. But if we just look at this move logically, right? The Lakers did not have many options here. They lose Boogie Cousins 2.5 months before the NBA season even starts to a season-ending injury, but free agency is already long over with, so there's pretty much nobody left on the market. They work out Mo Spates, who in my opinion shouldn't have even been in this discussion, no disrespect to him. They work out Joakim Noah, who I thought would have been a very good option. He would have added a lot of toughness to this Laker team, and they also work out Dwight Howard, which in my opinion, he has the most upside out of those three guys. And after that, who was left on the market? I keep hearing people say, oh, they shouldn't have signed any of them. They should have waited for Andre Iguodala. Yeah, but you need another center. You can't just have JaVale McGee as your only center. You can't go get a Kenneth Faried because he can't really play the 5 position. I mean, he can, but he's not good enough protection for Anthony Davis. People are like, oh, well, Anthony Davis should play the 5, and the Lakers' best lineup is with AD at the 5. And I agree with that. The Lakers' best lineup, in my opinion, is LeBron, Danny Green, Avery Bradley, Kyle Kuzma, and Anthony Davis. But Anthony Davis does not want to play the 5. I saw a report yesterday saying AD said he will play the 5 in the playoffs when needed, but he wants a big there next to him during the regular season to keep him healthy, and I totally understand that. And people are completely overlooking the fact that the Lakers got to do whatever the hell needs to be done to keep Anthony Davis happy. If that means signing Dwight Howard, then you got to do it. This isn't even about Dwight Howard. This is about getting Anthony Davis a guy that he can play along at the 5 position. Regardless of what you think about Dwight Howard, this guy has played the center position in the NBA at an elite level for a long time. He's still only 33 years old. The questions with Dwight are never about production. Dwight always gives you production. Even in 2012, Laker fans were killing him. He wasn't working hard enough. He didn't care enough. This dude was coming off a torn labrum. He just had back surgery, and he still gave the Lakers 17-13, almost 18-13. That was the last time the Lakers made the playoffs. Yeah, he feuded with Kobe, and yeah, I'm going to give Kobe 90% of the credit for making the playoffs that year, but that was the last year the Lakers made the playoffs when Dwight Howard was on this roster. I think Dwight gave a lot more to this Laker team in 2012 than fans want to admit. I think he got a raw deal. Now, I could be falling for it again with Dwight Howard, and this could end up blowing up in our face, but I think Dwight Howard 100% deserves another chance. The guy's played on trash teams the last couple years, so we can't really judge him. You know, Atlanta, Charlotte, Washington, he's on a contender now. And this is completely different than 2012. When Dwight was traded to the Lakers in 2012, he was a megastar in the NBA. He was what Anthony Davis is now, but I'll argue even greater. Because as great as Anthony Davis is, at 26, he's a 3-time All-NBA player. Dwight was a 5-time All-NBA player. Dwight at 26 had won 26 playoff games. Anthony Davis has won 4 playoff games. So Dwight Howard at the same age as Anthony Davis had accomplished more. Dwight was a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. When Dwight was traded to the Lakers, it just was never going to work because Kobe Bryant was older. He was on his way out, but he still wanted it to be his team. Dwight's this young megastar who has been carrying the Orlando Magic for years. People forget, Dwight Howard carried the Orlando Magic past LeBron James and the Cavs to an NBA Finals. Now, of course, they lost to Kobe and the Lakers 4-1, but Dwight Howard's done more than guys like Chris Paul and Carmelo Anthony has. Those guys never carried their own team to the NBA Finals. Dwight Howard's done that. So Dwight came to the Lakers, you know, of course he wanted to be the man. And he's playing next to Kobe. As much as we all love Kobe, I'm as big of a Kobe Bryant fan as anybody in the world. He's tough to play with, especially if you're a young star like Dwight Howard. And everyone's questioning how hard you're working. When you come back after 4 months after having back surgery, you're back playing, still putting up dominant numbers. So I think Dwight got a raw deal that year. And then when we go into the offseason, the Lakers are trying to sell Dwight on re-signing long-term with the Lakers. He wants the Lakers to go sign Phil Jackson. And what did the Lakers do? Out of nowhere, they blindside him and Phil Jackson by signing Mike D'Antoni. So that was pretty much the straw that broke the camel's back right there. Dwight Howard's like, I'm out of here. I'm not getting along with Kobe. I don't want to play for Mike D'Antoni. I wanted Phil Jackson. So he left. And then he tweeted, hope one day to make it up to Laker fans. And now he's going to get his chance. I mean, listen, this is low risk with a fairly high amount of reward. If Dwight Howard does have his mind in the right place, if he is healthy, which obviously the Lakers are confident that he is healthy because he's lost 25 pounds. Apparently they liked what they saw during his workout. If they can get good Dwight Howard, if they can get a Dwight Howard that's bought in, this team could be dominant. And again, I could be falling for the same thing I fell for in 2012. An older team with an aging superstar, Kobe and LeBron, but that team was so injury-riddled that year that Laker team never had a chance. If that 2012 team would have actually stayed healthy, if Pau Gasol didn't have plantar fasciitis all year, if Steve Nash would have actually played basketball games, he didn't even show up to games. Kobe had to carry that team, especially in the second half, one of the greatest second half performances I've ever seen. But we got to give Dwight a little bit of credit. He helped the Lakers get to the playoffs. Everybody was hurt that year. Dwight was getting criticized nonstop, so he left. And are we going to kill a guy for that? Yeah, I was pissed at the time, but it was a mistake that he made in his career, and then his career completely went off the rails, and he's had a lot of issues. But I think he's going to really buy in. I truly do. When you're looking eye to eye with LeBron James, you're looking eye to eye with Anthony Davis, and you know this is your last opportunity in the NBA. He told the Lakers that he's humbled himself. He's ready to come in and just play any role that the Lakers need him to play. And a lot of people probably think it won't be a significant role. I think it's going to be. If his head's in the right place, if he buys in, if it's all about team, then I think Dwight Howard's going to play a significant role on this team this year. If you're a Laker fan sitting here watching this video right now, can you honestly tell me, if we're imagining a starting lineup or just a lineup period of LeBron James, Danny Green, Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis, and Dwight Howard at some point during the game, you don't think that has the potential to be a dominant lineup? The Lakers' one advantage that they had over the Clippers when we signed Boogie was that the Lakers had so much elite size over the Clippers. But when Boogie went down with the injury, that one advantage we have over the Clippers went down a little bit. So I felt like if we don't have the size advantage over the Clippers will be a better team because they're going to be better defensively than the Lakers are, and they'll probably be just as good offensively. So even when Boogie was healthy, I said, hey, go grab Dwight just so the Clippers can't grab him. The Clippers have no size. You throw out Anthony Davis and Dwight Howard with LeBron, this is going to be a big, strong, physical team. AD and Dwight's still probably one of the best shot blockers in the league if he really puts his mind to it. So apparently Dwight met with LeBron, he met with AD and Rondo at the facility before the Lakers signed him, and LeBron and AD left that meeting convinced that Dwight's head was in the right place and that they could trust him. And that's enough for me. Dwight's gotta finally just lay down and say, I'm done with all the BS, man. He has to finally do it. There's no way I can sit here and believe that Dwight's gonna be a diva on a minimum contract that he could be cut at any time. You know, you can be a diva when you're one of the highest paid players in the league on a max contract, and you're one of the top 5 players in the NBA, a mega star in the league. But when you're a guy that can't even get a roster spot, there's no way you come in like that. He has humbled himself. I truly believe that. This is his last chance, and this is a serious chance of redemption for Dwight Howard. Could you imagine the story if Dwight was to win a championship with LeBron and AD? He could completely flip the narrative on his entire career. And then you look at Dwight Howard, a guy who's already a Hall of Famer. He's a shoo-in. He's probably a first ballot Hall of Famer. One of the top, whatever big men you want to call him, of all time. Dwight Howard was dominant for a long time. Like I said, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. This guy was an absolute beast. He led a team to the NBA Finals. If he can go get a championship now as a role player with the Lakers, help LeBron and AD win another one, help AD win his first, this could be a crazy good story of redemption, and that's what I'm hoping for as a Laker fan. But at the end of the day, man, everybody deserves another chance. And it's just as simple as that. Dwight Howard deserves a chance to prove to people that he can be about the team, And I think that's what we're going to see from Dwight Howard this year. Now, I could be completely wrong. And if it goes wrong and he doesn't fit in with the team and he's acting up and he's starting drama, then you just cut him. It's like it never happened. He's gone. You forget about it. You move on. You go sign Joakim Noah or someone like that if you want to. But at the end of the day, the Lakers didn't have many other options here. And I think they rebounded very well from losing Boogie Cousins to now having Dwight Howard. And if we're being honest with ourselves, Boogie Cousins had just as many questions as Dwight Howard. They have both had issues as far as attitude. They both have a long, extensive injury history. They both come with a lot of questions as far as you don't know if they're the same player they used to be. So they both come with basically those same questions. So is there really a big difference between Dwight and Boogie Cousins? And you could make an argument that Dwight Howard fits this Laker team better than Boogie would have. Now, Boogie can stretch the floor, which Dwight's not going to be able to do, which would have been better for the Lakers' spacing. But Dwight doesn't need the ball to be effective. You got to feed the ball to Boogie, and Dwight doesn't need that. Dwight can just rebound, block shots, that's it. Putbacks. Not to mention, Dwight Howard is way better catching lobs than Boogie Cousins is. So you got LeBron out there, you got Rondo. They're going to be throwing lobs to AD and Dwight Howard all day. This could be big time, and this is going to be a team that you're going to have a really hard time scoring on in the paint. I thought it was going to be hard when we had Boogie, AD, and JaVale McGee. Now we're talking about JaVale McGee, Dwight Howard, and Anthony Davis. Those are three big-time shot blockers. Good luck scoring in the paint on these three guys. This team could be dominant. They got great big men. They got a superstar in LeBron James, and they got some sharpshooters. Not to mention Kyle Kuzma. Everything I've seen from Team USA, it looks like he's improving as a player. Unfortunately, he's got a minor injury right now, so he's not going to play with the USA team, which is probably a good thing for Kuz. But I'm expecting a breakout year for Kyle Kuzma. If this team didn't have sharpshooters, then I would say, okay, it's going to be a disaster. But when you got a Quinn Cook, you got a Danny Green, a Kyle Kuzma, KCP can shoot the three a little bit. The Lakers got guys that can shoot the three ball now, which potentially could make this team dominant. So I think this is a great move. I think Dwight deserves a shot, a legit shot from Laker fans to prove himself to them. And I'm hoping the best for Dwight, man. This could be an all-time story right here of redemption. So I'm hoping that's what we're going to see. But the questions about Dwight were never his production. Dwight can walk on a court right now and give you 18 and 12. I know he can do that. He's done it his entire career. Last year he only played 9 games. He gave you about 13 and 9. The year before in Washington, he played basically the full season, gave Washington 16 and 12. So Dwight Howard can still give you production. It's just, is he going to be a team player? Is he going to cause drama? Is he going to cause issues in the locker room? Is he going to be a diva? Is he going to argue because he wants the ball? Those are all the things Dwight Howard used to do. I don't think he's going to do that on this team. He understands now, this is my last chance. Go out there, rebound, block shots, and be a team player. I think we can get that out of Dwight Howard in 2019, but Lakers didn't have a lot of other options. If there were other good players out there available, then I would understand, yeah, you don't go get Dwight Howard. But who the hell else would have been better for this team than Dwight Howard? If you can give me a name, then I'll listen to it. But Dwight Howard's got way more upside than anybody that is available on the market. And again, people saying, hey, you should have saved that last roster spot for Andre Iguodala. Yeah, Iggy would be great on this team, but you had to get that protection at the 5 position for Anthony Davis. If you make Anthony Davis play the 5 more than he wants to, AD can dip after the season. And that would be the worst thing that pretty much has ever happened to the Lakers in the history of the freaking franchise. So you got to keep Anthony Davis happy, man. And if Anthony Davis wants Dwight Howard on this roster, then you go sign Dwight Howard. And if it works, great. If it doesn't, then you cut him, you forget about it. It's like it never happened. So to me, this is a great move. I'm excited for the 2019 season. I can't wait to get this thing going. But that's my thoughts on the Lakers signing Dwight Howard. You guys let me know in the comment section what you think of the Lakers signing Dwight. Was it a good move? Was it a bad move? Do you think the Lakers can do big things with Dwight Howard and Anthony Davis down low this year with LeBron James, I think this roster could be big time this year, man. Or do you think it's just set up to be a disaster? It's going to be a repeat of 2012. You guys let me know all that down in the comment section. Like always, man, I thank anyone who watched this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will check y'all later. Go Lakers, and peace out.